Hold on. Did Zach Roloff just end things with his new girlfriend? What really happened behind the scenes? A shocking twist that no one saw coming. Rumors are spreading fast and fans are asking, why? Who is this mystery woman? And what led to this sudden split? Stay tuned because we have all the details coming right up. Let's dive in. After more than a decade of starring in Little People, Big World, Tori Roloff recently made some eye-opening revelations about the behind-the-scenes dynamics of the popular TLC show. These revelations came during an episode of the podcast Raising Heights, which she co-hosts with her husband, Zach Roloff. Tori opened up about the unique atmosphere that existed on set and shared some surprising insights into how TLC managed its talent and the interactions between cast members from different reality shows within the network. In the January 23rd episode, Tori and Zach discussed the limits imposed on cast members when it came to interacting with other stars from TLC's various reality shows. According to Tori, there was an unspoken policy that discouraged any mingling between cast members of different TLC shows, something she described as an interesting and somewhat strange part of their reality TV experience. I don't think TLC wanted the talent to be mingling, Tori stated during the conversation, adding that the network had a very controlled approach when it came to keeping cast members isolated from each other. I don't think they wanted the talent to talk to each other. Tori's comments highlighted a side of reality television that fans might not often consider: the extent to which networks, like TLC, control not only what viewers see on screen, but also the behind-the-scenes interactions between stars. Tori and Zach's conversation about this mingle-free policy continued as they brought up fellow TLC stars Jinger Duggar Vuolo and her husband Jeremy Vuolo. Jinger and her family were originally featured on 19 Kids and Counting, which was later rebranded as Counting On. Though Tori and Zach were both familiar with Jinger's story from TV, it wasn't until very recently that they actually met the Vuolos in person. The meeting took place earlier this month, and it marked the first time the Roloffs and Vuolos spent time together face-to-face. During their podcast discussion, Tori seemed to understand why TLC had implemented this rule, though she suggested that it could have been beneficial for reality TV stars to communicate with each other, especially since they were all going through similar experiences. TLC was probably scared, Tori remarked, suggesting that the network may have been concerned about the potential for cast members from different shows to collaborate or share too much behind-the-scenes information with each other. Zach, who was chiming in, agreed with his wife's perspective, adding, "We weren't all like unionized. Reality TV wasn't unionized." In other words, the network likely feared that allowing cast members to interact could lead to too much transparency or shared insight into the inner workings of the shows, potentially jeopardizing the carefully curated images and narratives they worked to create. Tori and Zach spoke about how it would have been valuable to connect with others who were experiencing the same level of exposure and fame from their reality TV careers. We talked a little bit about that with Jinger and Jeremy, and how that would have been nice to have that communication with somebody else that was doing the same thing you were doing, Tori admitted. She shared how meeting Jinger and Jeremy was a positive experience, and one that stood in stark contrast to their earlier experiences with TLC, where interactions with other stars were restricted. "But we had a great time," Tori said, fondly recalling the time spent with the Vuolos. She praised Jinger and Jeremy as some great people, making it clear that despite the controlled environment fostered by the network, her meeting with the Vuolos was a refreshing experience. Tori's discussion of her time on Little People, Big World also led to some reflection on her decision, along with Zach, to leave the show after its 25th season. This departure, as many fans know, was the moment when things began to shift significantly for the Roloff family and in turn the fate of the show. Initially, many people speculated that Zach's decision to quit the show might have been driven by personal disagreements with his father, Matt Roloff, particularly after the fallout from the failed deal to buy Roloff Farms. Fans assumed that Zach and Tori had chosen to exit the show as a form of protest, or to assert their independence from Matt's management of the family business. However, Tori's comments have shed new light on the situation. While there was undoubtedly tension surrounding the farm deal, it became clear that Zach and Tori's decision was also based on a desire for more control over their own lives and privacy. The couple wanted to step away from the constant scrutiny and exposure that came with the show. Tori's comments about the network's atmosphere of limited communication between cast members only reinforced the idea that their departure was partly driven by a need for more autonomy. In a candid moment, Tori opened up about how this sense of isolation and control from TLC had impacted her and her family. When speaking about her experience filming Little People, Big World, she noted how she felt disconnected from other reality stars, especially those in similar situations, because of the lack of communication between cast members from different shows. That isolation, Tori suggested, contributed to the decision to walk away from the series. In the aftermath of their departure, it became clear that Zach and Tori were no longer interested in continuing with Little People, Big World, a decision that would ultimately contribute to the show's cancellation. Fans had once speculated that Zach and Tori, along with their growing family, could very well become the new face of the show, carrying the franchise forward. However, with their exit, the future of the show was thrown into doubt. An insider close to the situation revealed that Zach Roloff was the only member of the family who was still eager to keep filming. But with Zach and Tori no longer on board, the show's dynamic was thrown off balance. Meanwhile, Tori's Instagram posts, which often offer glimpses into her personal life, also reflect her more laid-back approach to life post-reality TV. In one recent post, Tori shared a video where she gave fans a peek at the spotless countertops in her home, explaining that her toxic trait is how much stress she feels when her countertops are cluttered. "My stress level is directly related to how many things are on my counters," she wrote in the video's text overlay. It was a light-hearted moment that revealed Tori's desire for peace and order in her home, something she likely wasn't able to fully achieve while filming Little People, Big World. In the caption, she also added a playful note about her junk drawer, which she admitted was the one area where clutter might get out of hand. Fans immediately related to Tori's comment about clutter, with many agreeing that they too feel a sense of calm when their counters are clear. "I'm the same way," one fan wrote in response, while another commented, Yup, I can totally relate." Others observed how serene and calming her clean countertops looked, with one fan adding, "Your counters are calming, clutter-free is peaceful." Tori's posts contribute to the show's cancellation. Fans had once speculated that Zach and Tori, along with their growing family, could very well become the new face of the show, carrying the franchise forward. However, with their exit, the future of the show was thrown into doubt. An insider close to the situation revealed that Zach Roloff was the only member of the family who was still eager to keep filming. But with Zach and Tori no longer on board, the show's dynamic was thrown off balance. Meanwhile, Tori's Instagram posts, which often offer glimpses into her personal life, also reflect her more laid-back approach to life post-reality TV. In one recent post, Tori shared a video where she gave fans a peek at the spotless countertops in her home, explaining that her toxic trait is how much stress she feels when her countertops are cluttered. "My stress level is directly related to how many things are on my counters," she wrote in the video's text overlay. It was a light-hearted moment that revealed Tori's desire for peace and order in her home, something she likely wasn't able to fully achieve while filming Little People, Big World. In the caption, she also added a playful note about her junk drawer, which she admitted was the one area where clutter might